Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Angie, also known as The Light. Please stop what you're doing, like, subscribe, share this video if you want to. If you'd like to make a donation, you can do so. My PayPal and Cash App info will always be in the description bar, or it will be in the comment section. Um, so basically, when you donate to me, I email you and I ask you, do you have a topic, or do you have a situation that you're going through with a narcissist? Um, or you know what, y'all can start asking me spiritual questions too, and I might be able to answer them and do a video response. Um, I get comments all the time about, oh, how could you take donations and you make money off of people's pain and all this BS. Listen, what you can do is you can get up off my channel. You can start your own channel and you can run your channel the way you like to. Okay, just like therapists get paid or whatever the case is. Time is energy. And people who come on YouTube and they share their souls with you, and they're not getting a salary, um, they can do exchange if they want to. Okay, I never ever say an amount. Okay, so I don't put a price tag on my advice and my time, but time is energy, money is energy, and that's how you exchange. You're still able to watch free content. I have, I don't know, over what, 30, 40 videos on my YouTube, and you can watch it, but I'm not going to keep explaining myself on my channel. If you don't like it, just unsubscribe, go to a different channel, and basically stop hating, create your own channel, and you see how hard it is and the time that it takes, and effort that it takes and heart that it takes to create a channel. There are people on YouTube who make money from YouTube, from Google. Okay, Google is who sends them their checks, and they make money just from picking boogers out of their nose, doing pranks, lying, doing all this crazy shit. Okay, so if you are a light worker and you get paid for it, don't ever feel guilty for it. Whether you're a psychologist or a life coach or just a wise person in general, don't ever feel no kind of way because you are looking for exchange for your energy. Okay? Time is money, and money is time. All right. So, and there's plenty of other YouTubers. Why you want to come to my little channel, my little 1500 channel, and tell me what to do on my own channel? I don't play that. I'll just block you, or I'll comment back to you. I might just leave your comment. But I'm not going to keep explaining myself, okay? So if you'd like to send a donation in exchange for that, I give you your own advice in a video and it helps others, okay? So now we're going to talk about these narcissistic baby mamas and baby daddies. And I use the term baby mama and baby daddy because they really aren't real parents, okay? Narcissists aren't real parents, and I did talk about this in another video, that narcissists do not love their children, and it is true. I believe that they don't love their children. Do I believe that it's possible a narcissist can maybe like a child, like what that child provides for them, appear to be entertained by that child? Yeah. And I just noticed, a lot of people have children from narcissists. I don't have any children. I'm not a mother. I am an aunt. I do have narcissists in my family. Um, you know, I think I already talked about my sibling. Okay, I don't really want to get too many details into that, but I was surrounded by a lot of people who have children by narcissists, and I know it's a lot of their disgusting, petty ways and how these narcissists go about using their children to get to their ex-mate. Okay, and it's sad because when you have a child with a narcissist, it's not about your child. Your child is literally bait. Okay, fishing bait. It's really, really sad, and it's disgusting what these narcissists do, because how they treat their children impacts them for the rest of their life, and it's something that they're gonna have to heal from. Okay. um I was friends with this girl. I always have stories. If you're new to my channel, I always have stories about the people who were the narcs who were in my life, or I still see them. Okay, so I speak about situations that I've been through. So I was friends with this narcissistic girl, and it's funny, I didn't really realize that she was a narcissist at the time, but I knew something was definitely off. I actually thought she was bipolar. And I talked about her before on my channel. This isn't vodka, it's water. And she the way she was with her child was amazing. Because it seemed to me that the focus was never on her child. From maybe the outside looking in, you would have thought that she really did love her child. And I mean, we argue and we talk about this and we discuss this. Are narcissists capable of loving? And I think that their love is different. Now that I think about it, their love is completely different. It's conditional. Our love is unconditional. Their love is conditional in the sense of, I love you because of what you're doing for me, not because you're special, because you deserve to be loved. It's just a different form of love. And then again, is like, is that really love? But my opinion of it, watching this narcissistic mother with her child, everything that she did for her child appeared to be to make herself feel validated in life, or she did it to look like she was the better parent versus the baby father. And the baby father could not stand her ass. Okay, he couldn't stand her. He couldn't stand the air that she breathed on earth. And I didn't get it. I didn't get it, at first, but then now that I look back, I said, damn, I see why this man could not stand her. She did everything to make this man's life miserable. And this, I'm sure a lot of you who have these narcissistic baby daddies or baby mamas, you are going through hell right now, and you're trying to explain to your children. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm so sorry. So anyway, she did everything to compete. And I mean, everything. This man was living his life. He had moved on. He went and got a new girlfriend, was living with the girlfriend. The girlfriend had children. He took on to her children. Were helping the girlfriend raise, their children, the girlfriend's children. And he wanted to see his daughter, but she made it my friend, the narcissistic friend at the time, she made it so difficult for him to want to have a friendship, or excuse me, a relationship with his daughter. And I would just sit back and I'm be looking at all this. Now that I'm thinking about all these things that I'm putting together, this girl was literally trying to make this man a living hell. It had nothing to do with her child. She doesn't care about her kid. I'm sorry. I don't believe that she does care about this child. And she would actually tell her child negative things about the father. And I would be just listening like, that's abuse. That is abuse. And I absolutely think that's exactly what happened with my father, with my narcissistic grandmother. That's what I think actually happened to my brother and his narcissistic grandmother. They literally will tell their child, your mother doesn't love you. Your father doesn't love you. I'm the one that's feeding you. They do nothing for you. Don't you see? They didn't come get you. Not knowing behind the scenes, the child's not going to know this. Not knowing behind the scenes that daddy didn't come pick you up or mommy didn't come pick you up because that narcissistic parent set it up that way. And I watched her literally brainwash her child. And one day I actually babysat her child, and I think I told the story in one of my videos. I know that I did. And I happen to have, I happen to know and it's so funny how God works. It's so funny how God works when he's trying to show you about people. This is a little off what I was going to. I happened to be at a house gathering, and I made a connection with a young lady there. We just started conversating, and the next thing I know, she said, "Oh, let's follow each other on Instagram." And when she went to go follow me, she noticed that my narcissistic friend came up on her feed as someone who she should follow, as a recommendation. You know how Facebook works, Instagram works, people who are connected. And she said to me, "Well, how do you know this girl?" And I said, "Oh, she's a close friend of mine." And she said, "Oh my God, that is my boyfriend's baby mother who gives us hell." And I said, "What?" I mean, it is such a small world. First of all, I live in New York. I was in New Jersey. Okay, I was in a whole nother state. And it was just so crazy how God will make a way for you to, or the universe, or however you want to say it, will make a way for you to find people out. Okay? And I began to exchange notes. And this is what's crazy. There will be a time where you come across people who know that narcissist, and you will begin to put one and two together, and you're talking to this person, you're going, so that's what really happened, so I was taking notes from what my narcissistic friend told me about this baby father, and I'm talking to the girlfriend, and I'm putting one and two, and I'm like, I don't know this woman, but she sounds like she's telling the truth, because your discernment and your spirit would literally tell you when something's off and when something is right, okay? And I came to my conclusion. I was just like, something's going on with this friend of mine. Like, she's a narc. Something's going on. This is before I literally made a decision, yeah, this chick is a narcissist, okay? So I just had to tell you that story. But that was my confirmation that this chick was a narc. But I watched this girl Oh yes, so I babysat her daughter one day, and she had no access to her father. This little girl had no access to her dad really like that. Not in a way that she, she's young. She's like 6, 7 years old. So she had no real access to talking to her father or seeing photos of her dad. And what, I overstepped my boundaries, and I allowed her to see the girlfriend's Instagram so she could see photos of her dad. And I just instantly saw this little girl's face light up. Like, that's my daddy, and he looks so nice. And oh, wow, his girlfriend put a picture of me on her Instagram. This little girl lit up like a Christmas tree, and I can tell that this little girl really loved her dad, and her dad and the girlfriend wasn't mistreating this little girl. It was the narcissistic mother who was jealous, petty, evil, conniving, was, creating situations and scenes that didn't need to exist, and was holding back this child from having a real relationship with her father. And it was sad. And this is what you're going to have to deal with when it comes to having a baby daddy or a baby mama um, with a narcissist. Then I know there's going to be narcissists. They're going to leave your child. They are going to disappear. Okay. And I know a narcissist that does that, who has multiple children with different women, and he only idolizes his daughter. Okay, remember, the narcissist chooses a child that they're going to make the golden child, because they have to make it look like they are great parents. They have to uphold that facade that they are good people when they're really pieces of shits. And I stand back, and it was funny because I was actually interested in this narcissist, and this was something, at one point I was seeing this narc, and I noticed this during the time that we were seeing each other, and I was just like, wait a minute, doesn't he have another child that lives in another state? And I just thought it was really strange. And when I questioned him about it, he will turn like stone. You know how like those narcs, they give you like that stone wall look? And I was just like, well, this child doesn't live far. And it was crazy. It was just like, this guy will spend $200 on a pair of sneakers, or, bottle service in a club that costs $600-700, but you can't take a plane to go see your child who lives a couple of states away, and I was like, okay, do you not get along with the mother? And even if you didn't get along with the mother, you can go through the court system. And it's weird because he actually pays child support for this child, and doesn't call this child, doesn't see this child. When I realized this is like an automatic turn off. Okay, and I'm going to tell you this: narcissists are not, ladies, gentlemen, do not date, do not marry anyone who does not take care of their child financially and emotionally. I understand sometimes you can be in a financial situation where you're unable to take care of your child, but if you're dating someone and they do not have a relationship with that child, I understand, yes, there could be a situation where they have children with a narc. It's very possible, and they can't get to their child the way they want to. But when they're showing they have no interest at all in their children, why would you want someone who doesn't even care about their own child who they carried for 9 months, or someone who helped create that child, a man who helped create that child? I don't even care if he hates that woman and he is not caring, or he doesn't even appear that he wants to be in that child's life, or she wants to be in her child's life. You gotta get out. You gotta get rid of that person. That is someone who's, if they don't care about their own flesh and blood, they're not gonna care about you. They're definitely not gonna care about you. I've just seen the struggles and the pain and the agony of children. You know, I have a close, I'm going to call her a close friend because I'm trying to hold her identity just in case somebody comes across this video and knows me. But she has children with a narcissist, and I've literally seen this man use their children to get to her. Whenever she started to date, after they got divorced and she started to date, he would come to their home, break in, I mean, draw guns on her, try to fight her boyfriend, all kind of stuff. Everything was a complete focus. You got to understand that you're the target. And the narcissist, who is filled with these multiple demons, who's an assignment on your life, they're willing to do anything and everything to accomplish shutting you down. Okay, accomplish ruining your life, accomplish destroying your soul. So if they gotta have kids with you, they'll do it. They'll have 10 kids with you and leave you stranded. There is absolutely nothing that is off limits for a narc to gain power over you. I think I told this story before too. I had a narc the one narc that I dated for almost 6 years, I don't want to even call it dated, dealt with for 6 years. He waited until I told him I wasn't in love with him to ejaculate in me. Okay? And the entire relationship, he was like, I never want children with you. And then the moment I said, I'm not in love with you, I don't want anything to do with you, is when he ejaculated in me because he was trying to get me pregnant to basically keep me in his life. And he knew I don't believe in abortion. And I most likely, if I did get pregnant by that damn demon, I would have kept my child and I would have had a kid by a narc. Okay? So it's sad to say that your narc does not love their children, and if they appear to love your children, meaning your child or your children are the golden child or children, they're just using them. Okay, my narc stepfather used me because he did not accomplish basically killing my mother off. He tried to get to me. He tried to get to my mom through me. Okay, and they will buy your children gifts. They will take them on lavish vacations. They will give you money. They will give them money. They will even try to abuse your children to get to you. They will disappoint your children. They will give your children empty promises and have your children waiting up for them. They will take your child through an emotional Ferris wheel. Okay? And it's sad. It's really, really sad. And I'm not a parent, but if I did have a child with a narcissist, I would protect my child emotionally. Okay? But one thing I will say is that your child will one day be able to, children are not stupid, okay? They will one day be able to put 1 and 2 together, and maybe when they get older, you could talk to them about narcissism, or show them YouTube videos, or give them literature, give them books, so that they can understand what exactly happened. What exactly happened to them, or what they're going through. But I think children are very intelligent, and maybe they'll be able to comprehend. I don't know. When they're a little bit older, every child's going to be different. There's going to be a child who's going to understand at 10. There's going to be a child who's going to understand at 15. Okay? So, I mean, This is the narc baby mama, baby daddy. It's going to be a lot of drama, a lot of broken promises, a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, a lot of damaging things are going to happen because you were the source. You were um, their spiritual husband, their spiritual wife, okay? That particular demon was assigned to your life, okay? They don't care about your kid. The kid was just the extra, okay? They just came with the package deal, okay? Um, they just came with the package deal and that's it. They will continue to abandon your children, hurt your children, lie to your children, and fill their lives with so many disappointments. I get a lot of people in my comments asking questions about, you know, what to do and what to expect from their narc baby mama, baby daddy, ex-husband, ex-wife. But I've seen this. They don't care. It's really scary. It's really scary. I've seen them like not call for months. They don't know if their child ate or not. They don't know how their children are doing in school. They don't know if their child got hurt. It's in the hospital. They disappear. They expect other people to take care of their children. It's like, oh, you didn't want me? Oh well, you take care of them then. Okay. This is what the narc baby mama, baby daddy does. I've seen some narcs push their children on other people. They literally just abandon them in the sense of, uh, they drop them off to grandma, they drop them off to this person, that person, the babysitter, and they just don't want to raise their child at all. But when I think about it, sometimes it's better for that child that the narc abandons them. Yes, they're gonna have issues when they get older, but it lessens the abuse sometimes that they're being raised by their grandmother or someone else basically. And when I think about it, I said, damn, that's the shit that my narcissistic grandmother did to my father. My father didn't have a relationship with his father, so I never met my grandfather on my father's side. And when my dad would talk about his father, it was just like he hated him, but he didn't know him. He didn't know him. And what happened was when my grandmother moved from North Carolina to Harlem, New York, she was like about 19 years old and she got knocked up. I was the first man that she slept with in New York, so I think. And she had my dad. And my grandfather, the story is my grandfather didn't marry her. And, that was kind of like, it was shame. My dad was born in 1951. So, back then, people had a certain standard, when girls got pregnant when they're young and they're not married. So, with less than a year, she hooks up with another man and marries him and gets pregnant and has my uncle. And you know what that narc did? Completely discarded my grandfather from seeing my father and letting them have a relationship. She basically was like, well, you didn't want me, you didn't follow my rules, I'm over here. And married a codependent drunk. That's what she did basically. So my dad grew up hating himself. My battery's dying. My dad grew up hating himself. My dad grew up never having that relationship with his father, thinking his father hated him. And she made him the scapegoat child. And sometimes it's really not what it seems like, guys. So if you see people going through things, it's really not what it is, okay? dig a little deeper. Sometimes it's that other parent feeding lies to the child. So I don't want my video to cut off. Hopefully this information will help you to figure out how you're going to handle your situation with your narc baby daddy, baby mama. And I pray that you get through these years until your child's in their adulthood and is healing from the things that they experience with their narc parent. Okay, well, peace and blessings. I'll talk to you soon. I will continue to make more videos, and I'm so thankful for your support. Have a great week.